very, very soon here, guys, we're going to know exactly what the Generation 10 starters will actually look like. And now, obviously, this is huge. Like, this is one of the biggest, most anticipated things with every single brand new region of Pokemon. I can't wait to see myself. We're going to know within the month, guys. Within February, they should, according to leaks and rumors and speculation, be revealing the starter Pokemon for Gen 10, which is cool because that means that the designs are finalized. At least they should be. Like, internally, Game Freak should have the starters completely finished. They should know exactly what the names are, all the evolutions of them. February 27th will be the big day, guys, so subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. One help support me reach my goal of 50k subs by the end of the year, and so you don't miss the live stream that I will be doing on the morning of Pokemon Day 2026. But with that being said, we have this list right here of starter Pokemon that we need to fill in the gaps. We need a water monkey, we need a water cat, a fire turtle, grass crocodile, fire frog, water rodent, and what I'm talking about this, guys, is specifically starter Pokemon, because I mentioned this in a video a couple weeks ago and I got so many comments of people just being like, we have that, we have this, we have, you know, the elemental monkeys, we have Turtonator. But I'm talking specifically just about the starter Pokemon and not just like regular Pokemon, if that makes any sense. And with that being said, we're in that final stretch here, the final home stretch of figuring out what the starter Pokemon are actually going to be for Generation 10. So let's take a look at exactly what we could really see with the starter Pokemon of Gen 10. This picture's been going around on the internet recently, and bro, these look awesome. Like, these starters would be actually very, very cool to have. I don't know what the heck that grass type is. This may or may not be created by a human. Probably not, if you know what I'm saying. But we got that water kind of rodent, I guess this would be, and then a fire type, looks like a dragon. I love that. Like a snake, maybe, a snake dragon type. That would be actually amazing. I think the design is super cool. I do think a fire snake starter would go crazy. I mean, I feel like it could give off Snivy vibes. Like, Snivy low-key has like that similar face as this guy right here. And this would be some sort of like flying bat type grass starter, I guess. That's kind of what I'm seeing right there. Very cool though. I like the ideas. Generation 10 is leaked to be taking place in Southeast Asia and a little bit of Australia. There's like a little part of Australia on the map of Gen 10. So that should mean that there is actually a Australian region that exists in the Pokemon universe, right? Which could be revealed throughout like a Gen 10 DLC. I hope it has its own game though. Like, I would want an Australian region to have its own game. Like, I hope that if this is a DLC of Australia, that Generation 11 could just be like the full-on map of Australia, you know? But yeah, since we do have Australia, a Kangaroo starter would go kind of crazy. So here we have a grass-type Kangaroo, which is very cool. I think the only Kangaroo Pokemon we have in general is Kangaskhan. I don't think we have another Kangaroo Pokemon. Please let me know if we do. I can't find anything else though, so let me know. This is another Australian-based starter grass type. I think it's also based off of a Kangaroo. We have Skippy, Wallaboom, and then Kangarang. I absolutely love the use of the boomerang as the tail. Like, that is so sick. Mid-stage evolution is really cool too, because usually mid-stage evolutions look kind of ugly, and this looks very sick. Obviously, Skippy being the first stage is the cutest one out of them all. And then Kangarang looking crazy with that huge boomerang, which does look like it has some more wear and tear to it, showing that this is an older Pokemon that is worthy of that third stage evolution. He has some battle scars. Let's just say that. Here is a full-on trio. We got Yukawala, we have Embaroo, and then we have a platypus Pokemon, which, dude, I would love all of these. Embaroo, a fire Kangaroo, that's got to be like on the top of my list here. And of course, a koala starter, bro. That looks awesome with the grass typing. If we did get a platypus Pokemon, it would have to be a water type. I mean, why wouldn't it be a water type, right? I think that'd be awesome though, and I think a lot of people would go crazy to actually see that. I hope we get good starters though. Like, when I see the Gen 10 starters, I want to be amazed and I want to be confused on which one to pick, because in some of the older generations, like the first 6 generations, for me personally, I'm like, dude, what starter should I pick? Because they're all pretty good. And I feel like with Gen 7, 8, and 9, I was a little bit more like picky. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely like this starter more than the other one. And if we had something like this, I mean, I think I would probably go with the Kangaroo, but still, I think these are all really cool. And this, I believe, is a scrapped Generation 6 starter, which is a bird. I think this is a real picture, like a real concept image of what they were planning for one of the starters for Gen 6. I might be wrong on that. That's just what I saw from the article I got this from. And I do think it would be really cool if we actually did see a bird starter again, like another bird Pokemon just like this, that looks like this, because this guy is mean. I mean, I don't love the design, to be honest, but I think it would still be cool. My point still stands that I just want another bird starter, because I like flying types, man. It's definitely one of my favorite types. I like the bird Pokemon. Another trio we have is a fire deer, and then some sort of ostrich looking grass type. I'm not really sure exactly what type of bird that is. But we do have a water monkey here. Now, a water monkey is one that a lot of people truly do think is going to be one of the starter Pokemon, especially since it's Southeast Asia. People think it's going to happen. I'm all for it. I think a water monkey would be awesome. If we had a water monkey and some sort of kangaroo, like a fire kangaroo, I think that'd be perfect for this generation, this region. And I want to know your theories as well. Because this game is taking place in Southeast Asia slash maybe a little bit of Australia, what do you think would be some amazing animals to have a starter trio based on? And now one of the things that is a little confusing with starter Pokemon though is they're not always based on the region they come from. You know what I mean? Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. It's just kind of like random almost. So with that being said, it could honestly be anything. It could literally be anything. But once again, we do have this chart that shows us the typings of these specific, animals or whatever you want to call it, of Pokemon. We need to fill in these starter Pokemon gaps, which I think is a very important thing and very telling. Especially because Gen 9, which is the newest generation, of course, as of right now, not for long. We do have Fuecoco on that list, which is a fire crocodile. And then we did get Sprigatito, which is a grass cat. And then we had Quaxley, which is just another water bird. So we actually have 2 water bird starters. Very interesting, but still, the point still stands. It seems like they're typically based on a specific chart. So, because we even have the Generation 8 starters being Grookey, a grass monkey, Sobble, a water, I guess, lizard, and then Scorbunny, which is another fire rodent Pokemon. Gen 7, we have Litten as the fire cat Pokemon, Rowlet as the grass bird. Poplio actually isn't even on this list because it doesn't fit any of these, so Poplio is kind of like a wild card, low-key. So I think it's safe to say that one of these Pokemon will be the starter Pokemon. Like one of these empty blank spaces here will be one of the new starter Pokemon for Gen 10. Here's some more bird concepts that I think are just pretty cool. I mean, the fire type definitely is my favorite. I thought this was a really cool concept as well. We have Crobble, Tidile, and Tankronk. Very cool names. It definitely does look like it's inspired by Mudkip, but I think that's awesome. People love Mudkip, dude. I swear Mudkip has a huge following out there. Like, it is actually insane. Guys, what is your favorite water type starter of all time? Out of all of the 9 generations, soon to be 10, what is your favorite water type starter? This guy would be really cool too. So this is a water monkey, very inspired by water and bubbles. I love it. I think the first stage evolution, hands down, best design out of its evolutions. I think the base design looks so cute and so fun. I like the design elements too, of like the bubble kind of being like a floaty or whatever. Very cool. I like it. Here's another water monkey, which this monkey is riding on a wave. I think that's so sick. Could you imagine if Gen 10, since we know it's going to be more reactional, like with all of the effects and stuff, like the flames are going to be flaming more, grass will be moving better apparently. Imagine we had this Pokemon where he's a monkey water type riding a wave, and the wave is like actively moving while he's just like floating around. I think that could be so cool. Water type, which I don't love when Pokemon evolve into like a standing Pokemon, like a humanoid, but I think the first stage evolution is awesome. I kind of don't think it's going to be a cat starter though, but you never know. I'm just saying that because Gen 9, we just had a cat starter, so I feel like for this generation, it's probably not going to be a cat. It's probably not going to be a crocodile, which would leave us with the water monkey, water rodent, or a fire frog, or a fire turtle. In my opinion, those are probably the most likely to happen. Now, this one isn't based on any of the chart, but it's an axolotl, and I want to see it. Axolotls are so cool. They're so weird. Like, straight up aliens. But, hey, imagine we had a starter based on an axolotl. That could be really cool. I probably would actually end up picking that Pokemon as well. Here's another water type cat, which definitely does give off evolution vibes, but I like it. I like it a lot. I think the Scalene is a very cool name too. And a grass crocodile. Now, this is like a watermelon grass crocodile. I love it. All of the evolution stages are amazing, bro. Especially since it looks like a dinosaur, kind of like fossilish Pokemon, which we know we need some more of. Which we all know we do need some more of. We need more of these Pokemon in the Pokemon world, man. Here's an evolution stage of another grass crocodile, which also does kind of give off like Komodo dragon vibes in a way too, but very cool. All the evolution stages, man. I would love to see some more like crocodile Pokemon. The turtle Pokemon are also always super cool for me. And here is one that is really like a dinosaur Pokemon. I think this is probably one of my favorites that I've shown in this video. We have the Hatchling Pokemon, the Whiptail Pokemon, and then the Dueling Pokemon, where you could see the leaves on his neck actually come out probably when he's battling or in attacks to scare off his opponents, which is a really cool additional feature for this Pokemon. Chompar being a fire turtle type, Very, very cool. Bro, it was hard to find a fire turtle starter Pokemon online. Not really sure why it was hard to find, but this one is really cool. I like the design. You can see the shell on his back. You can see his tail is flaming because obviously if it's a fire type starter, it has to have some sort of element of a fire and a flame. And here's another water cat and a fire turtle. And then honestly, that is a grass crocodile. I think that's a grass crocodile, which fits in all of the boxes, I think, right? Very cool designs. I love all of these a lot. And I do love the turtle one too, because you can kind of see like in the middle on his chest, it seems like it's kind of like an oven or something like that, or just like an open flame inside of his chest. And I think that's such a cool design feature as well. And then to fill in that water rodent, which was another hard one to find online, we have Capibo, which I think would be based on a capybara, right? Such a cool design though. People would go crazy if we had a capybara starter Pokemon, that's for sure. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your theories, let me know your thoughts. What was your favorite design throughout the whole video? If you're watching this far in the video, comment down below. Basketball, just the word basketball. See you in the next one. Peace.